What's up? How y'all doing? Hope you're all well. Let's just get right into it. USD CAD market overview for next week, and it's a new month of June. So let's kill it. Let's plan for the whole month. Let's have a goal. Let's have plans for what we want to achieve this month, and let's just straight up kill it. All right, we're gonna end Q2 this month at the end of this month. So let's just kill it. Let's just progress, just level up. Let's start with USD CAD week one. I mean, on the weekly. So we have a trend line, basic, one touch, two touch, and then we got one touch, two touch. So we got this channel going on. Also, I've drawn out a key level 1.35 where we can see price just stayed there. I mean, you can see how 1.35 been respected for 1 week, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 5 weeks, this level has been respected. So pretty strong level. But last week we do see that we have broken out, although we're still in this zone region, this zone. So let's go on a daily. So on a daily we can see the bigger channel, the outer channel, and then we can see this smaller time frame channel. So it's one touch, two touch, third touch. Literally that's what happened last week. But you can see how price, every time it came here, rejected, shot down, rejected, shot down, came back up, shot down, came back up, went down again. We did catch the sell off here last week, like we did catch this one, but we had our targets all the way down here, which it never achieved. So this trade did close out with the trailing stop, and yeah, but price has reversed, so we can start looking for the next opportunity. Right now price is broken above the 1.35 region, although it has not broken above this zone. That's my only concern for the buys. Otherwise, besides that, overall it's bullish to me. But if we do see a break below this box, if I see a clean bearish break below this box, then I do see potential downside. That's the only way I would be selling this, if we break below this. So if I just draw a line like below this level, then I want to sell. If not, then we're still looking for longs, and let's just go on a lower time frame to see. So on a weekly it's bullish, on a daily we've broken above. You see how every time price came here, it always wicked. There were always wicks, but never a full body close. But now we do have a body close. So let's go on a 4 hour. What do we see? Is a clearer picture. You see how it goes up, down, up, down, up, down. Now it's a clear break above, a very clear break above. So I do want to see upside, a lot of upside. So what I'm potentially looking for is a long opportunity. I want to take a long from 1.35. Stop loss maybe below here, about 20 pips. And I want to take it all the way to this 1.4. That's about 148, 150 pip take profit, maybe about there. Looks good. If I go on the daily, it lines up with this region here. So that's where I want to take it all the way back to the top. And over here, this would be a very beautiful sell from up here too. So let's see if we can get this. Let me go on the 4 hour, back on the 4 hour. So I do want to see the longs play out next week. If not, we can see short. If we break below this region, this whole region, then we can go down. But besides that, I'm pretty long on this pair. If I draw a trend line, it's alright. It's looking good. What I want to see for the short is if we break, solid break, no wicks, no nothing, just solid candle breaks below this region, then I do want to see the sell. Then I do see more sell on this pair. That's about it for this. Let's go. Video's getting really long. Let's move on. All right, let me just delete this one, so you can see on a weekly. So let's see on a weekly, what do we have? On a weekly for Euro NZD, we have price going up, 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 and then we got this doji. And where do we have it? We have it in a supply region. So this whole region, from looking at the past, looking left, we see this region was where price previously sold. And again, we've come to this region and look what price is doing. It's created a 3-pin bar. Also, if you've studied your candlestick patterns, you'll recognize that this is pretty much a 3-pin bar pattern where it goes up, slows down. This is the second shooting star, showing how price does not want to go any higher. And then after that, we have another bearish kind of shooting star doji type situation. So we do see price maybe going lower from here. Also, look at how the candle never closed below, closed above 1.71. We've been maintaining price below this. Yes, we have wicked above, but we maintain price below it. All right, so we are in a sell zone just from looking at that. 1.71 is the key level here. For this pair, I do see us going all the way back down long term, but let's stick to the daily. Let's go back to the daily. Again, on the daily, we can see how price pushed down, and then 1.71 has been holding. Price could not break above. You see how no candle broke above? It's only wicks. We want to see if clean candle closes above key levels, below key levels to signify anything. But right now there is no such reason to think so. So if we just take a fib from the top to the bottom, so you see how this high point and then this new low was formed. If we just fib it from the top to the bottom, we can see how it perfectly came to say the 61 fib. And for me, I actually would have kept this level here. If we look at it, you see how powerful these key levels are. 61 fib here, and then what level are we nearing? It's 1.715, and look at what price did. It literally just tapped it on Friday and just shot down. I should have been more aware of this. I did not see it, but there's always room to improve. That's where it is. That's how you could have caught this. But now let's look for the next opportunity. What's the next best opportunity for us to capitalize on next week? So now if we go on the 4-hour, we have this channel going on. We have this little channel, and then we have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. Now we want to take a sell, but we don't want to sell it right here. This sell would be too late. You don't want to be selling here. How I would want to sell this is either we draw a Fibonacci out, we wait for price to come up, and then we're gonna shoot down. First target is 1.70, where I expect price to retaliate. I will be taking short-term trades on this, so I will take a sell from this region here, and I'll just take profit around here. And then because I do expect it to retrace, and then I will try to see maybe catch another entry on the retracement. Another entry probably might be in this region here. So once we do break below, I do see price maybe come here and then fall back down. But let's see. All right, that's one possibility. Another that I will be looking out for is for price to, let's say, if price never comes up or it does come up, another entry that I'll be looking for is right below this. So I do expect price to just, if this scenario does play out, I just expect price to just shoot straight down. I just expect price to just shoot down, maybe all the way down here or even here potentially. So this could be a really good trade for us. This is actually a really good trade. So maybe, you know what, even from here I might just leave my take profit open and just let it ride. And that's about it for this one. So we got one here, and we're looking for another entry here. All right, that's about it. Now let's move on. Video's getting a little long. GA, let's just quickly hop on GA. What do we have? So last week, as I mentioned in my video on last week's market recap, that we are very bearish, and that's exactly what happened. It just dropped. All right, again, we are still bearish for now. All right, so what I've marked out is 1.81 as my key level. As you can see, the last time we came here, price rejected off and just shot up. So I'm expecting at least some price jerk from here, like a knee jerk reaction kind of thing from here. So I do expect price to just come here and just shoot up, and but it should shoot up enough for us to make it break even. Daily, what do we see? Price is just slowly going down again. We can see how price, every time it shoots up fast, but when it's going down it's like slow. You see how it's slow again? So I'm expecting a similar scenario to play out here. This whole region is just an insane buy region. All right, so I do want to this will be a root entry. 1.81 will be a root entry. Also, if we just go down on the lower time frame, this trend line, by the way, is like that: one touch, two touch, and then trend line. So we have a trend line, we have a key level. Price comes down here, we want to look for a buy. So the main move that I'm looking for is this buy, to be honest, because it's been so long since we've been dropping. It's been pretty much this whole month, the beginning of the month, last month, all the way to now. For a whole month pretty much, GBP has been just dropping. So I do want to see a retracement, like a pullback. So I'm expecting some bulls to come in soon, and 1.81 is my level for the bulls to come in. Besides that, on a lower time frame, we on a, like a smaller picture, we have this channel going on. All right, I want to see price come back up here to 1.825, touch the trend line, touch 1.825 and sell. Also affirming to that, we have an okay, so you see how we have a new low, and then we're just making new lows, new low, and this is the most previous recent lowest high point. If we just fib it, it lines up. So the fib kind of lines up with the 1.825. So I don't want to take my sell off the 61 fib. I every time um, the 61 fib, I like to see it confluence with a nearby key level, and the key level here is 1.825. So I want to look for a sell off 1.825, and that should be a 150 pip trade if we do get it, and if it plays out, and that's what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for this 150 pips. After that, I'm just looking for longs from here, um, with a 30 pip stop loss. I want to take profit maybe about here. That's about a 300 pip trade possibly. We can see if we do get this play out, this would be amazing. Literally, this is all we're gonna need for the next week if this does play out. And that's about it for GBP AUD. Now let's move on to GBP JPY. Let's go to the weekly. What do we have on the weekly for GBP JPY? Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 weeks of extreme bear pressure. That's a whole month of bearish momentum. So I am expecting some kind of pullback, because it's been 4 weeks since we've been pretty much just dropping. And also, if I take a fib from the low to the high, and I've been calling this for weeks now, 71 lines up perfectly with 136, and that's what I'm looking for. 136 is where I'm looking for buys. So 136 is my key level here that I've marked out on the weekly. Going to the daily, we see this. Let me just erase this. We see this channel going on here. Okay, so that's about it. On the daily as well, we just see bearish, like extremely bearish. There's nothing much to it, just a lot of bearish momentum. We go to the 4-hour, we see this channel: one touch, two touch, one touch, two touch, three touch. So the channel's here. So I'm expecting price to come here, touch this key level, touch the trend line, and then bounce up. I expect a bounce from here. If not, this is still pretty bearish. I don't want to take any sells just like that. If we do take sells though, if price does not come down here first but instead comes up, maybe retrace, pullback, whatever, this is my region for a sell. And also this level lines up perfectly with 138. This is where I'm looking for the sells, so I would look for sell somewhere here. Stop loss maybe about 30 pips. Take profit 136. That's 200 pip trade. That's not bad. That's very nice. All right. But mainly I do want to see this buy play out all the way to 139, 140 maybe even. All right, and that's about it for this one. That's about it for GJ. Either we see this come up here and then we sell it from there, or we buy it from down here. All right, either or. That's about it. Now moving on, going on to gold. Let's go back to the weekly. Gold on the weekly is just it's very clear what's happening on the weekly in hindsight, because if we take a fib from, so you see how this is the high point, low point after breaking out of this area. And also now looking at it, hold on, now looking at it, I want you to, yeah, all right, so this is what happened basically. 61 fib, it never broke below 61 fib, so we should have, honestly I had this marked out too, but I did not buy it. I actually was just looking for sells. I sold it somewhere here, I was selling it, and it just completely reversed. But this whole region, you can see how this whole thing is a demand zone. Wick 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4, 5 weeks of just wicks. So it's just bullish from here. Price did not want to break below 1.80, 1280. All right, that's the weekly. Is extremely bullish. The weekly is extremely bullish. We've broken above everything. Also, I want you to look at this real quick. This whole region. You see how this, remember this, just remember this, all right? Remember this on the weekly. Now if we go on the daily, does something look similar to you? Do you see this price action is always similar? It's all these patterns. Once you start seeing this kind of things, you will start recognizing, and you will just your trading will change forever once you start seeing this. You see how on the daily it's the same stuff happening on the weekly. If I go back on the weekly, the pattern works on any time frame. Look at it. This one goes down, shoots up, and then we just kept pushing higher. Daily, up, doji, pushes down, a little bit of rejection here, a little bit of manipulation kind of candle here, and it just shoots up. It's the same thing. It's the same pattern. All right. And that's where it is. So what I'm looking at is, since we've broken above this, I am looking for maybe buys off 130. This region has become now a demand zone for me, so I'm looking for buys around this level and profit about here. So I'm looking for maybe about 250 pip, another 250 pips. Looking for buys somewhere in this region down here. 130 is my buy region, and that's about it. Also, if we go on the 4 hour, we can see how one touch, two touch, and we could have actually, after price broke above, we could have, this retracement could have bought this, for like another 100 pips. All right, if not that, also we could have taken this from here, and you see how this 61 fib, and it just shot up completely. That's how the buy happened. So I did have this region marked out as my buy zone, and price, if you can see, price never like had a candle close. If we had a candle close bearish below this region, then yes, we could have seen further downside, but it never closed below. So I take my zones from the wick to the wick, and look, price, yes, it wicked below, but it never closed below. And after that we just made our way for about 300 pips, and this was all in like a few hours too. I mean, in a day it just shot up this much, no bearish. And that's about it. So I'm looking for a long on gold from around this region. It's just a break, retest, buy. That's about it. That's all I'm looking for. And yeah, keep learning, guys. Have a good time in the week. Stay focused, stay blessed, stay happy, stay determined, and let's just kill it. Let's just become the best version of ourselves. Let's just focus on the future and live in the present. That's about it. Take care, guys.